Hello, how are you doing today? It's Carly from Learn English with Carly. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. Behind me you can see an interesting sculpture. It's actually a sculpture of the mountains here in the North Shore. And as you look through the sculpture, you see downtown Vancouver across Burrard Inlet. Now, I bet one of the first things that you learnt in English was numbers, how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. We call these cardinal numbers. However, have you ever learned ordinal numbers? Ordinal numbers tend to show the order of something, hence their name. These ordinal numbers sometimes confuse learners of English, so let me help you with them. The simple rule for an ordinal number is to add th to the end of the cardinal number. So number 4 becomes 4th. 7 becomes 7th, 10 becomes 10th, etc. This applies to larger numbers too. So 24 becomes 24th, 36 becomes 36th, and 47 becomes 47th. Look at the way I'm pronouncing this th ending at the end of our normal numbers. When we write these numbers, we write the number and then we add the th. We use this when writing dates especially. For example, today is the 26th of April. Note that when we say the date in British English, we say the plus the ordinal number, then of, and then add the month. But when we write this, we do not write the words the and of. Don't forget though that Americans and Canadians write the month before the date. I found that difficult when I first came here to Canada to switch them around. So today is April 26th. Of course, with any grammar point, there are exceptions to the rule of adding the th to the cardinal number. The first 3 cardinal numbers, 1, 2, and 3, have irregular ordinal numbers. Number 1 becomes first. Number 2 becomes second. And number 3 is third. Fred came first in the race, John came second, and Paul third. I live on the 3rd floor of the building. Rose lives on the 2nd floor. Philip lives on the 1st floor. The same rules apply to larger numbers that have the numbers 1, 2, or 3 at the end. It's Alison's 21st birthday next week. Chris lives on the 22nd floor of the skyscraper. This is Bob's 33rd time parachuting. Remember that it's the last digit that takes the ordinal number, ending, or change. We also have some spelling changes when we write some ordinal numbers. 5 becomes 5th. We lose the V. 50 becomes 50th. 8 becomes 8th. Just add the H as there's already the letter T. 9 becomes 9th. We lose the letter E. 12 is 12th. Again, we lose the letter V, like with number 5. And 20 and other multiples of 10, we lose the letter Y and we add an IE, followed by the TH. For example, 20th, 30th. It's best to learn the ordinal numbers 1 to 20 as follows, and then you can apply them to the greater numbers too. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. Then we use 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and so on. It's very important that we learn not only our basic cardinal numbers when learning a foreign language, but also our ordinal numbers so that we can understand and use dates as well as celebrations. For example, Susan and Roger are celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary this year. We use ordinal numbers too to state a century. Queen Victoria reigned in the 19th century. Or for the name of a king or queen where Roman numerals are used. I will cover those in another video. Elizabeth II, for example, is the current reigning monarch. Finally, we use ordinal numbers to give the sequence or order of things and to express floor or story levels of a building. The first thing you need to do is to re-watch this video, take notes on the pattern, take notes on the irregular ordinal numbers and the spelling changes. Next, you start to learn them. And finally, listen out for them being used before you start to use them yourself. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.